Yeah, it was quite away. Performance level was nowhere near what we would want. It looked like we were going to get away with it. It looked like we were going to see the game through 1-0 and have a good result, but a poor performance. But it was neither. So yeah, very disappointing. We're always disappointed. I think it's the nature of how we concede it. It's not the first time. That's we've been in the situations a number of times now where we've been in front and we've either not taken opportunities to extend the lead, and then we've given ourselves anxiety and given the opposition something to hang on to. So naturally, when you do that and you do that a number of times, then of course that will disappoint. But yeah, I'm disappointed for the supporters. Like I say, it was a disappointing day for them, and I take responsibility for that.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Celtic Forever podcast. We've all just wanted the Celtic won, Kilmarnock won. A very lacklustre performance by Celtic today. I'm not happy at all, not happy with it. I was expecting a 3 or 4-0 win for Celtic the other day. We've got John here tonight to go over the post-match. John, how are you?
I'm alright. It's I don't know. I'm alright in terms of I feel okay, but after that, wasn't it good, was it, Xander?
It's getting worse as the season goes on, John. It's not getting better.
It's definitely getting worse. That was poor. That was very, very, very poor. Seen it coming. Second half, just Kilmarnock did what they did in the second half at Rugby Park. Battled for everything.
They did. Yeah, a fair place to Kilmarnock, by the way, for doing what they did. They put us under pressure that whole second half, and they deserved their point because they had the better chances in the game, I thought. But let's look at this, John. Let's look at this, right? Is this the mark of champions? And 1-0 lost. A 1-0 loss to Kilmarnock in August. A 0 each draw with St Johnstone in August. A 0 each draw with Hibs in October. A 1 each draw with Motherwell in November. A 2-1 loss to Kilmarnock again in December. A 1 each draw with Aberdeen in February, and a 1 each draw with Kilmarnock today. That's a total of 16 points dropped already in the season, John. Is that the mark of champions?
No, really, is it? It's very poor. Celtic they picked up a wee bit of form, I think, just before the winter break. They won, I think, 4 very tough fixtures. And I thought we would push on after that when the league started back after the break. But just got worse, didn't it? It's been getting gradually worse and worse.
It is getting gradually worse. I'm not going to go on about the board now anyway, but the lack of funds in January is definitely it's part to play in this, John. No signings, well, a couple of loan signings or whatever, spent £1 million. We needed to strengthen that team in January. We didn't do it. The team looks weak. The team looks very weak, devoid of ideas, but we'll get into that. What I will say, John, right, what I will say is come next Sunday when we play Motherwell, we'll be 5 points behind Rangers in the league.
Aye, it's looking that way, isn't it? I don't really know what to say. All I know is I was expecting that the day. When I seen the first half, I was thinking, I guarantee we're going to come out in the second half and it's going to be worse. And I was right. Because the first half was poor as well, Xander. It wasn't great.
Mm-hmm.
And Celtic have, this season, they've had a good half and a bad half, or a decent half and a bad half. And I'm thinking, if that's the decent half, what's in store in the second? And I was right. That was the bad half.
Yeah, it certainly was. So, maybe it's a bit of overreaction now. I don't know. We're obviously still top of the league just now with them to play tomorrow, but they'll win that game tomorrow, obviously. So they'll be 2 points clear come tomorrow. And then next weekend, they play first at home against Hearts. That'll be another 3 points. So that'll be then 5 points clear before we play Motherwell on the Sunday. Looking at the day, John, and this is just what I saw, right? You tell me if you agree, right? I saw the captain nervous. McGregor looked very nervous. Looked like actually a nervous wreck at points in that game. He's kicking the ball, miss-kicking it and stuff like that. Kuhn and Yang are too lightweight. Both of them, very lightweight, easily brushed off the ball. I know Kilmarnock have got a lot of strong physical players there. Matt O'Reilly, non-existent again. Couple of better touches today, I suppose, but overall, non-existent as far as I'm concerned. Kyogo and Ida, the only bright sparks, if you like, including Joe Hart, maybe Scales. They were the only bright lights. Kilmarnock were always going to score, I thought, as you says 2 minutes ago, John. I thought we were never coming out of there with the 1-0 win today. They just looked as though they were going to score. And the whole team, I thought, looked nervous at points in the game as well, giving the ball away, knocking the ball out of the park. The subs didn't help when they came on. It made the team weaker, I thought. But we'll get into that. We're not going to go into the whole game, John, just the main parts in the game. And it's obviously all just a wee bit raw just now, John. But what do you think of the comments I just said?
I agree with everything you said, Xander. Absolutely everything. And look, no team hits the ball at the park more than Celtic, do they?
I know.
Going by my evidence, how many times was the ball played through for a striker and it just goes right out the park? Too much strength on it. And there was one point, I think it was McGregor tried to make a pass to O'Reilly. He was only 5 yards away from Xander and it barely made it to him when a Kilmarnock player nearly stole it. The way of passing right now is dreadful.
Yeah, and they can't blame the park because the park was in good condition today. It looked really good, so they can't blame the park. It was nice and wet as well, so no excuses there. Just poor play with the Celtic players, John.
I thought the park looked a bit heavy, to be honest, Xander. I thought it looked a wee bit kind of heavy. The ball wasn't travelling that fast on it. That's just what I thought. Maybe it was just my imagination, but I was thinking that today. That ball doesn't look like it's travelling as fast as it should be. Could be right. Yeah, it could be my imagination. Maybe I just wanted to see it played faster, the game.
Aye, but fast enough for the Celtic players to keep knocking the ball at the park. All right, let's get into the main points in the game, John. We're not going to go through the bit by bit like we usually do because there's no point. It's the performance was just so bad today. It really was. Palmer's decision making, John. It's there's a reason why he was taken off at the start of the second half. The one he's throwing the goalkeeper and he tries to take it round about 3 defenders instead of just hitting the shot. What do you think of that? That's the one O'Reilly eventually hits it 20 yards over the bar.
Aye. He's just a player off form, isn't he, Palmer? And that was a player we spoke very, very highly of, wasn't
it? Yeah.
When he signed. But he's just get worse and worse and worse. The whole team's get worse, Sander. I'm not going to just pick on one player. Every player on that team has got worse. There's no cohesion at all. There's no shape to it. There's nothing they can't pass. It's bad. That team is really bad now. The whole team.
Yeah. There sure is, yeah. But that's just that was the first thing that I noticed was Palmer had a chance to shoot at goal and hits it into 3 defenders and it breaks to Matt O'Reilly and he blazes it 30 yards over the bar. John, you seem to be breaking up a wee bit. It might not be picked up on the podcast, but it's just in case it is, we can all apologise for that. Moving on, John. What I want to do actually before we go any further is the prize competition, John. I want to get that out the road. Live draw. We'll do a wee live draw with that so that everybody knows that everything's legit. So here we go. Let's get this prize draw out the road, John. Here it is. So this is the draw for the competition. The George Samaras Legends frame print. 3 correct entries, as you can see. We would never sell a club for £1. Rosemary 4. And 1 club since 1888 is the 3 correct entries. That's the 3 that got it right. So we're going to do the live draw. So we'll just fold up each entry and put it in the box. So each entry is getting folded and put into the box, as you can plainly see. It's terrible having to do this after a disgusting performance for Celtic today. Absolute. So there's your 3 entries, right? And disgusting after a 1 each draw with Kilmarnock, but it's got to be done. So here we go. Today's winner is, let's have a wee look. Let's get my hand in there. Pull out one of the winners. Here we go. The winner for the George Samaras Legend frame print is Roseanne 4 wins the George Samaras Legends frame print. So congratulations, Roseanne. We'll get that out to you on Monday. I'm sorry you didn't win it under better circumstances, but we'll get that legend frame print sent out to you. We just need your address off of you. If you could contact John on the Facebook page, send him a private message with your address. We'll get the legends frame print sent out to you, pal. So let's get back to the podcast. So congratulations to Roseanne 4 on winning the George Samaras prize. Well done to Roseanne, John. Good frame that one, isn't it? A good prize to win.
Aye, big Samaras, aye. Big handsome guy, wasn't he, big Samaras?
Aye.
If you're into your handsome guys, I mean.
I used to look a bit like that when I was 20, but
Aye, so did I.
Congratulations, Roseanne 4, anyway. Well done winning the prize. And remember, get that address sent off to John. All right, back to the game.
By the way, sorry, Xander, speaking of big Samaras, you still see VJ bouncing about in the corner, didn't you?
You do, aye, he's there every game, every home game, yeah.
Every game he's there, he's jumping about and all that. It's always good to see VJ. Puts a smile on your face, doesn't he? Just reminds me of big Samaras, that.
Aye, he does, aye. He's always there, the boy, isn't he? Aye, VJ, aye. All right, Ralston cross, Kyogo header, beautiful header it was as well. Puts us 1-0 up. You're thinking we're going to go in and win the game, obviously, but it wasn't to work out that way. But a lovely goal, nevertheless, John.
Oh, it's a stunning wee goal. Lovely wee cross to the back post for Ralston, that win it as well. Lovely goal. Deserving of winning a game, a goal like that, but the rest of you, let's just carry on, Xander. What's your next point?
Deserving of a watch.
Deserving of a goal. Deserving of a win, it should be, but...
I know. We can only try and smile, I suppose. And then this is when I noticed, John, things started going downhill, because the first 35-40 minutes we were all right. We looked okay, nice and crisp. Kilmarnock had no chances, we looked good. 37th minute, John, the ball, Kilmarnock attack, and it breaks down. It falls to Joe Hart. So all the Kilmarnock players are forward, and Joe Hart, instead of releasing the ball quickly, he just stands there without releasing the ball. I'm thinking, get the ball up the park, get the attacks going, because obviously this league could go to goal difference, and you want to get as many goals as possible, and he doesn't release the ball. So he holds up play. It gives the Kilmarnock a chance to go back into defensive modes, and that's when I noticed things started slowing down. So that was that. 2 minutes after that, John, a corner to Kilmarnock, a header with Donnelly, and a half-decent save for Joe Hart. Joe Hart sort of kept us in the game at the same time, didn't he?
Aye. Well, he had a couple of blunders a day, Joe Hart. Like you says, his distribution wasn't the quickest today. When I was seeing chances, like you said, he could have threw it a bit quicker and counter-attack, But he had 2 world-class saves as well, didn't he, the day, Joe Hart?
Yeah.
And also there was one, he punched the ball away when he could have caught it.
Yeah. That's right.
So there was points in the game. The world-class saves, they're no throwing it out quick. They're punching it out instead of catching it. And that great ball he played to Kuhn right out of the defender side.
Yeah.
So he had a lot of spectacular moments, Joe Hart, but a few bad ones as well, Xander.
Yeah, same as the rest of the team, but we'll get to the scores. And they ain't going to be kind, let me tell you. Anyway, moving on. Ida, free header, scuffs it. McGregor over the bar, about 3 or 4 yards over the bar, but Ida should have done better there. Free header, John, and he scuffs it. It sort of hits off his shoulder or something, but the chance is gone to make it 2-0. Remains 1-0. Poor miss there, I thought.
Aye, he did have a poor miss a day, Ida. That's his 3rd game he's played. Apart from the first one, I've not really seen anything that promising, really. I mean, he put on Ida for the battle. Rodgers knew that was going to be a battle today. It was going to be physical. So he's put Ida on up front. But he didn't really, to me, have that much of an impact, Xander.
No, nice flicks and tricks and holding the ball up, which I like to see, but he's got to start scoring for open play, obviously. So that's what he's there for. But I thought he'd done okay, Ida. I thought he'd done okay, but
Aye, no,
That's that.
He wasn't the worst player in the park by a country mile, but he did okay. But I think he should be taking some of these chances better. A big physical striker like that, you know.
Yeah, and then Matt O'Reilly has a double chance. He's quite unlucky actually. His first chance is saved by the keeper, and it breaks back to him and he heads it into the far corner. But there's a defender on the line, clears it off the line. He could have done better, but he was unlucky at the same time, I thought, John.
He was unlucky. He was very unlucky. I thought he had a kind of semi-decent game today compared to what he's produced the last 3 games, you know.
Yeah, he was better today, I thought. Yeah, I thought he was better, but no great either. You know, the whole team is non-existent today, not just Matt O'Reilly, so I'll say that right away. Second half, John Yang comes on for Parma. You can understand why, but, you know, Yang, you know, couple of nice wee bits and bobs, but when it came to the crunch, he was just falling over, no getting any good crosses into the box. We don't have anybody now that can cross the ball into the box, do we?
Rocco Vata, that's it. And he doesn't get a game.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody else, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
Another
on you go.
John.
On you go,
Another Matt O'Reilly shot, John, in the 53rd minute. Another save for the goalkeeper, saves it wide. So, a couple of chances for Matt. It was a wee bit better, I thought. But Bernabei comes on for Taylor. Obviously, Taylor was knackered. He's got to have a wee rest. He's been out for a long time. And Bernabei comes on. So, that's the first substitute. Another save for Joe Hart in the 66th minute, John. Free kick to Kilmarnock. Header, Donnelly again. And it's saved by Joe Hart. So that's twice he's kept us in the game.
Aye. I thought Joe Hart's 2 saves were belters, 2 cracking saves. But look, Kilmarnock could have won that game with Xander. Make no mistake about it. They could have walked away from there with the 3 points today.
Yep. And many times have we said that in the last 3 or 4 games.
Exactly, aye. I think Kilmarnock can find themselves, unfortunately, they never walked away from there with 3 points. And I think Celtic can count themselves very lucky they got out there with a draw.
No. Oh dear. Maida off, Cood on. Ida off, Bernardo on. I thought we missed Ida when it off, John, because it was an out ball. We could punt the ball up to him and he could hold it up. But then you're left with Kuhn up front, Yang and Kyogo, 3 of the shortest guys in the park. So there's no really an out ball there. We're having to play the ball on the deck, but Kilmarnock were pressing and pressing. 72nd minute, Armstrong, just past the post wide, John, an absolute sitter for Armstrong. Hits it into the side netting. That should have been the equaliser there in the 72nd minute.
Aye. There was a good few chances for the equaliser that was coming at this point, wasn't it? You knew it was coming.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, John. Absolutely, you knew it was coming. At that point, I'm saying we're not coming out here with the 1-0 and it proved to be obviously 80th minute, John. Kyogo off, on. That's the last sub. So we've made all of our substitutes for. I think we're actually trying to hold on to the game at this point, but I don't think we're pushing for a second. What did you think, John? Do you think we were pushing, or do you think we were trying to hold on for the 1-0?
I think we'll try a bit of both. A wee bit of both, I think. I think we were trying to hold on, and then there was wee chances on the counter attack. I can't believe I'm saying that, counter attack against Kilmarnock.
I know.
It was a battle, and look, Rodgers should have known. He did know. I'm taking it. He did know it was going to be a battle like that because Kilmarnock played exactly the same way they played against us the last time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was just throwing on big heavyweights up against our defenders, and our defenders weren't coping it. That's exactly what happened the last time.
That's it. John, we're out in the 80th minute here, and our last attack was in the 53rd minute. We're now into the 80th. We're still not hitting an attack. There's another chance for Kilmarnock. Another shot wide, just past the post in the 87th minute. We got away with it there again. It was a clear-cut chance just by the post. Still 1-0 to Celtic. But, 5 minutes injury time are added. You know this goal's coming. And then eventually it comes. Goal for Kilmarnock. Watson, free. just basically shoves Bernabei out the road, free header into the back of the net. Nothing Hart can do about it. One each. It was always going to come, John, and it did come. What were you thinking at that point?
I switched it off.
Did you?
Aye, switched it off. I knew it was coming anyway. I'm just thinking, I'll watch it today, score, and I'll turn it off because I knew it was coming all through that second half. Eventually, the goal came. I switched it off. So, but what do you think of the? I think it was a shovel in Bernabei. I don't think so. I think it was
I
just
don't think. I don't. It was just too strong for him. I thought the boy. It was just too strong.
It was just a nice goal. Look, Welsh should have done better with the first clearing header.
Yeah.
Let's not kid ourselves. If that was Carter Vickers, that guy's getting nowhere near it. Welsh, hopeless. On that occasion, I mean.
Yeah.
He gets out jumped and it goes out wide, and then the cross comes in, back post. Bernabei's only 5'6" or something. He's never going to win a header in there. Although he seems to do no bad in there, be Bernabei, didn't he, for such a short guy? But look, as what it is, it was a nice goal for Kilmarnock, so they thoroughly deserved their point. I can't say any more than that, Xander.
Yeah, and it's final whistle goes. That's it. Game's over. Game's a bogey. 2 points behind if they win tomorrow, which I think they will. They play St Johnstone, so it's an advantage Rangers, John. That's the way we're going to look at it. Advantage Rangers, 2 points clear at the top of the league. You know, we said 3 or 4 weeks ago, no more slip-ups. There's been 2 slip-ups since. Draw against Aberdeen, draw against Kilmarnock. That's another 4 points dropped. Yeah, absolutely. We cannot afford to drop one more point, can we? We're going to win both Glasgow derbies and win every game in between.
That's all we can do. But you ask me, that's not going to happen.
We forget Carter Vickers back and the other players that are out, get them back. We've got a full squad to pick for them. I think there's a wee chance it could happen then. Obviously, Carter Vickers, he's going to be back next weekend for the game against Motherwell, which is going to be really tough as well, I might add.
I don't think he'll be back next weekend, and I think he's just back in training next week.
Maybe too early for him.
We'll see what happens. It's Carter Vickers, isn't it? He might make an appearance, who knows? But I said before, if we had a full defence, and that's the problem right now, isn't it? The defence. Greg Taylor, I don't think should have started. I think he should have started with Bernabei. He's been man of the match the last 2 games. He's played well. Taylor came on, didn't play well. So, I don't know. Was that a wee bit of an error there, do you think? Bernabei benched for Taylor?
Possibly, yeah. I think so. It could have started with Bernabei and then brought your man on, Taylor, as you say, but he didn't do it, John. We needed Brendan to step up today and step up with every game between now and the end of the season. He could still do it, you know, it still can happen, but the way things are going just now, it just doesn't look that good just now. Have you heard anything on Johnston yet? Is any word on when he's due back?
Well, Rodgers was talking about Johnston yesterday in his pre-match interview, and he says he'll be back in training next week, so that's a positive note, I mean. But they still don't know. He didn't say he'll be back in training. He says he's running about. He's out doing training now. But still, I don't think they know yet with the extent of the fracture, Xander.
Right. Well, we missed it too badly, didn't we? Carter Vickers and Johnston. The trench just looks so weak without them, didn't it?
Aye. I don't want to go on defenders' backs and all that because they were up against it today. I knew it was coming. We could see it coming. I mean, Kilmarnock basically sealed. What was his name? Who was the guy that was on up for England for Liverpool in defence?
It was Nat Phillips, wasn't it?
Nat Phillips, that's it. Aye. Kilmarnock sealed his fate.
Yeah. All right, that wraps it up. 1 each draw, 2 points behind in the league if Rangers win tomorrow. We can only hope that they draw as well, but I can't see it happening. So, let's get into the scores. 1 to 10 score, John. Starting with Joe Hart. What are you thinking?
I forgot to say well done to Roseanne for winning the prize. My head was everywhere there thinking about that game. While you were doing that draw, I was somewhere else, you know.
Yeah.
Well done, Roseanne, for winning your George's Samaras print. By the way, well done, pal.
Yeah, congratulations, Roseanne. Well done, hen. Well done.
Anyway,
I think Roseanne thought she'd won one of the frames in the past, and somebody was actually closer to the goal time, and we had to give it to the other person. So you're definitely the winner this time, Roseanne. So there's no doubt about it. In fact, we've not heard from Roseanne since then, have we? She hadn't been on the podcast for a wee while, so hope everything's
aye,
okay. We hope she's
aye.
okay, but she's won that prize, John.
She left a wee comment yesterday, Xander.
Aye, that's what I'm saying. We've not heard this. It's the first time she's entered the competition in about 3 weeks.
Aye, no, but as long as we know she's all right, we heard her yesterday, so aye, all
Yeah.
good with Roseanne, and well done in your print again, Roseanne. Sorry for my head was everywhere. I wasn't even thinking about the competition. I was staring into mid-air, thinking about things that happened in the game there, Xander, when you were doing
Yeah,
that.
aye. There are a lot of Celtic supporters feeling the same way tonight, John, that's for sure. All right, 1 to 10. What have you got for us, 1 to 10?
Joe Hart, right down the middle, 5.5.
Right.
I think, he could, like you say, he could have got counter-attack started quicker. He's punching the ball instead of catching it when there's no anybody anywhere near him. But he also had 2 world-class saves, which could have cost us the full 3 points. I'll give him a 6.
Right. Okay, dokie.
A 6 for Joe. Stephen Welsh, 3. I think he could have done better at the back there when that caused the goal. And his distribution, his passing, that wasn't the best. Nah, look, 3.5. 3.5 for Stephen Welsh. Liam Scales, 5. Anthony Ralston, 5. Greg Taylor, 4. Centre of the Park, Cal McGregor, 4. Matt O'Reilly, 5. And who was the other one, Xander? Kyogo playing in that position. Give Kyogo a 6.5. 7, actually. I think it was probably our best player, maybe there, I would say. 7 for Kyogo. Maeda, 4. Done nothing for me. Done absolutely nothing. Passing the ball at the park and all that. Palmer, 2. Terrible. And Ida, 4.5.
Yeah, they're pretty low scores today, John, and you can understand why. We won each draw at Celtic Park against Kilmarnock. That's why that's doesn't just say it out loud like that. 1 each at home against Kilmarnock. You're looking for a cricket score there, and we struggle. But second half, I think we had a couple of shots early and nothing later on in the second half. My scores, John. Joe Hart, 6 for his couple of saves. I thought his saves were decent. Anthony Ralston, I thought he was all right in the first half. I'll give him a 6. Welsh, 5. Scales, 7. I thought he'd done okay. Scales, he was stepping into the midfield and finding a lot of nice passes. Yeah, I thought he'd done okay. Scales again. Who was it? Taylor, 4. Obviously just back for injury. Callum McGregor, 6. Second half, when the pressure was on, he just looked nervous, I thought. Matt O'Reilly, 6. Kyogo, 7.5. Palmer, 4. Ida, 6. And your man on the right, Maeda, 4.
Man of the match?
For Celtic or Kilmarnock?
No interest in Kilmarnock, but
Well, if you're going to get a proper man of the match, it's going to be a Kilmarnock player, isn't it? That's the way I look at it, John. They were the better team. So if you're talking about an actual man of the match, you'd probably get to, I don't know, one of their players.
Oddbod.
But Oddbod, aye. That's O'Donnell, isn't it? Or Donnelly, is it? Donnelly.
Donnelly, aye, big Oddbod had a good game today.
He did have a good game, that boy, actually. But man of the match for Celtic, I'll get to Joe Hart for his saves.
Nah. He's two very, very crucial saves. I can see your thinking there, Xander, but
Could have lost the game, John, if we could have come out of there with nothing, as you says, if it wasn't for Hart.
like 1 point could make the difference in the season, can it? Really? I'm not saying it will, just saying it could. But no, I'm giving my man of the match to Kyogo.
All right, fair dues. Fair dues. All right, let's move on. Next game's up against Motherwell, John. As I say, we could be 5 points behind the league, but then, and it doesn't even bear thinking about losing that game, does it?
Yet another away game.
Another away game for Park next Sunday.
Yeah, it doesn't bear thinking about. It's going to be a tough game. I think Motherwell have dropped points in the last couple of games. They dropped points. I watched the Aberdeen game against. Was it Motherwell? They were playing the other night.
Aye, I think it was a draw, wasn't it?
The 3 each. What a game that was. Aberdeen down 3-0 and came back to 3 each. Should have won it right at the end as well. Motherwell, they drew to Aberdeen. They'll be gutted at no winning that game. Then the day they get beat 2-0 with Hearts. So they're on a wee bit of a downward spiral like ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
they are. Sorry, on you go, John.
But they're a fighting team as well, Xander. They'll fight for everything at Fir Park. Absolutely everything that will get fought for.
Yeah. Hearts get a good win today against Motherwell, so do you think they can go to Ibrox next weekend and, get a draw there or anything there at all, sitting third in the league?
No chance. They'll not even try, Xander. They'll not even try. Trust me.
Naismith in charge, isn't it? Yeah. Let's quickly run through the scores of the day anyway, since we're talking about that. Aberdeen 2, Hibs 2, Celtic 1, Kilmarnock 1, Dundee 2, Ross County 0, Hearts 2, Motherwell 0, and Livingston 1, St Mirren 0. That's your results today, John.
All right.
Do you know something? I've not even done a competition for next week. That's how annoyed I was.
Just there when will the first goal be scored again?
Yeah. I'm just trying to think here. Yeah, okay. I've got one here. I've got a frame here. I've got the Scott McDonald Legends frame print up for grabs. Scott McDonald, there he is, the wee man, up for grabs. Scott McDonald Legends frame print, and we'll do it back to the usual. What minute will the first goal be scored, everybody? What minute will the first goal be scored? 5 guesses each, as usual. Leave your guesses in the comment section, and good luck to everybody that enters. The draw will be made next Sunday after the Motherwell game, or the prize winner will be announced after the Motherwell game next Sunday. All right, John, what about comments? You any comments for us?
Oh, you want me to do the comments again?
Aye, that's your slot, isn't it?
Oh, you took it off me, now you want me to do it again. Make up your mind.
Well, I like to keep you busy, you know what I mean?
All right. Let me just quickly get them up, Xander. You know, get what do you call it? What are they doing now?
No, I've not done that today. No, I didn't have the time. I was obviously watching the game and then just straight onto this. So no, I've not had the time to do that. We'll do that for the midweek news review. So we'll do that for the news review midweek when things have settled down a wee bit, I think.
I quite enjoyed that.
That was good. I just didn't have the time today, John. Just didn't have any time to, because you need to do your homework and go and find out what these players are up to these days. It's you need to phone them up and ask them what they're doing.
It's no rocket science. What are you up to there, Wayne Biggins? Still selling Skelty pallets?
What are you up to, Chrissy Morris? You still selling the beefy bakes?
Beefy bake, aye. Oh, you mind I was talking about the service station vans that sold the pasties, Xander?
Aye.
It was called the West Cornish Pasty Company.
There you go. How come we always talk about food when it's round about dinner time? I'm starving.
That's
subliminal,
isn't it?
Aye.
But the West Cornish Pasty Company used to get the big, what do you call them, Cornish pasties out of there when we were doing England. Went through rattled through quite a lot of them, Xander.
What is a Cornish pasty again? It's like mince and potatoes and onion or something in it.
Aye, potato and all that, vegetables basically. It's just more like mince and spuds and stuff through it. Aye, lovely stuff. Very filling as well, Give you heartburn though, all that pastry.
Aye, give you heartburn. They used to sell them in Betty's in Duke Street Betty's Bakeries in Duke Street. They used to sell Cornish pasties years ago. Not had a Cornish pasty in about 20 years. Disney show, but there you go.
Do you know what that Baker's reminds me of? I know we're just waffling on here and people's going, what are they talking about? And Betty's Baker was right next to the abattoir, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, right beside
Right
that.
next door. And you used to go in there at lunchtime for a pie or whatever, and it was stinking. These abattoir workers would come in. And they were all stinking, they'd been dealing with, I don't want to get into detail, but you know what an abattoir, what happens in there. And the workers would come in with their overalls on, they were all minging. Remember that?
Aye,
The
covered.
smell awful.
Aye,
It was stinking, man. It'll put you right off food, that. Disney show.
All right, mate. Maybe got 3 comments. We'll rattle through a few of them.
Aye, Betty's Bakers, never forget it. Green's Bakers as well in Parkhead, near Celtic Park, Westmuir Street, open 24 hours. Get a pie in there at 2 a.m. if you wanted.
That's right. And they pulled it down to build houses and tap it. So that was one of the best bakers in Glasgow. That Greens and Westmuir Street.
That's right. I thought it was until it got a bit of windscreen glass and a trifle one night.
That's a bit of crunch.
Aye. I don't know how does windscreen glass know, but they be squares when you break a car window.
Mm-hmm.
One of them and a trifle. I'm eating it and I'm just lucky I never swallowed it, but anyway, we've digressed enough there, I think.
Yeah. All right, back to the comments then, John. Back to these. Obviously, the comments are for yesterday's podcast before the game. So what were they saying, John? What were people saying?
Go with the comments. We've waffled on enough. Sorry, everybody. This has been a bit kind of all over the place tonight. I think we're all over the place after that shock result of the day. So, we'll start with Rosemary. She says, as long as we get 20 minutes injury time, we'll be okay. Well, we didn't get that. A full extra quarter of a game.
Yeah, that's right. We could have been doing it today. Try and get that winner. But there was only 3 minutes added on at the end of the game. So we didn't have the time to, get that. I think the 3 minutes were added on, but there was a player down with 2 minutes to go. So it looked like 5, but it was actually only 3 that was added.
Did they add any extra time for that, by the way?
Sorry?
Did they add any extra time on the day? I know it was 5 minutes. Did it go on longer? Because I turned it off after the goal.
3.5 minutes. So she just added on an extra 30 seconds. So no is the answer to that.
John Beaton won it.
Beaton, yeah. He did have a terrible game, but I didn't want to go into that, John, because the only reason why we dropped points today is because of the players on the park.
Well, the good Reverend John Beaton will be spinning in his grave.
Aye, well, there you go, eh?
Is that his name, the Reverend John Beaton, St Andrews?
St Andrews Beaton, aye. The guy that got horn drawn and quartered, but we're not going to that either.
No, anyway, Paul McEwen says 3-1 Celtic. I thought that as well, Paul. What a disaster, man.
I said 4-0. 4-0, I said. I thought I was that confident we were going to go there, paradise today, and just wipe the flare with Kilmarnock. Which wasn't it to be, was it?
No. What's his name? Paul McComb, is it?
Paul McComb, aye.
I don't know. I just know his name's Paul McComb. If you click on his name, it says Paul McComb. But right now, I can just see user XC7, etc. But I know it's Paul McComb. Anyway, how you doing, Paul? Paul says he was on his way to the game. Come on, Celtic, great pod. Kyogo. Well, you're right about Kyogo. He did get his goal, but sorry you had to sit through that today, Paul.
Exactly. That was tough today. Very tough. He was right with the Kyogo goal. We seem to be going ahead in games and then just stop. Instead of pushing on, we just seem to pass it back. Matt, many times didn't matter. I don't want to be said as I'm picking on Matt O'Reilly here, right? But I noticed that Matt kept passing the ball back today instead of looking for the forward pass. He obviously wasn't the only one doing that, but I noticed every time he got the ball, he passed it back to Callum Gregor. Did you notice that, John?
He was the right player to pass it back to. McGregor was terrible. Anyway, we're still getting on the players' backs. People don't like that. But Only saying what we feel, Xander. We're only saying what we feel. That's what I feel. That's what you feel.
Well, do people want us to say we've dropped 16 or 18 points in the league already this season, but everything's hunky dory? Is that what people want us to say? You know, you got to be honest and truthful, John, and tell it like you see it.
Aye. Well, if anybody out there, leave a comment if you're a realist or you're worried about the way Celtic are gone right now, because I'm bordering on worried the way Celtic are gone right now, because I'm a realist. I can see it with my own eyes. It's sliding. We're getting worse and worse every game. It can pick up. I'm not saying it won't pick up, but all I'm seeing is really, really dire performances under. A realist.
Exactly.
That's
what I'm saying, John. You've got to tell it like you see it. Everybody has different opinions, but I'm just telling it how I see it. You know, 16, maybe even more points dropped out the League Cup as well.
Aye.
You know, that's no a team that's free flowing and, you know, it's definitely going to win the league, is it? You know, we're definitely in a league battle. Definitely in a league battle.
Aye. Well, exactly. We are. So we like to hear from the realists, and we also like to hear from the happy clappers, the ones that think everything's good. So if you're in the everything's good camp, let us know in the comments. If you're in the realist camp, also leave your comment. Anyway.
Yep.
I'm sure you'll agree with that, Xander. It's only fair, isn't it?
Totally agree. Totally agree.
There's two different sections of Celtic fans. The ones that think everything's A-OK and the ones that think this isn't good.
Yeah. I think 80% of the fans know exactly what's happening, John. But let's move on to the next one, John. Let's move on.
All righty. Anyway, James Doran, always good to see you here, James. He's a good regular as James.
All right, James.
James says, expecting a better performance from Celtic today because we have been quite poor in recent games and the players need to step up their game because we will be playing against 13 men. And he says 3-1 to Celtic.
Apart from the score that he predicted, he's a realist.
He's a realist, of course he is. We know James is a realist. He's always got his honest opinions like ourselves. And that's what I like to see. Realists. I like to see other guys that have a different opinion as well, of course, because it makes you think maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong. I'm only going with what I see with my eyes, and the people on this podcast that come on seem to agree with us a lot. So, aye, excellent comment there, James. Thanks very much for that, pal.
Yep.
Agree with everything you says, apart from the 3-1 Celtic. 13 men.
Yep.
We're playing against 13 men. We're talking about obviously the ref and the VAR.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rosemary's in me another comment. Nice new intro, boys. 5-0, Tick. Woof, you're away up in the scores there, Rosemary. 5-0.
Aye, that's like back to the good old days when we used to beat Kilmarnock, teams like that, St Johnstone, Livingston, 5-0 at home. But their days seem to be gone just now anyway, didn't they?
Their days are well gone, Xander. For now, anyway. But they'll be back. Don't worry about that. They'll come back.
Yeah, they will be back, but hopefully it's not too late for this season. Hopefully Brendan can get this sorted out, and he has to get it sorted out before the next game.
Aye. He needs to line all the players up and ask which one of you wants to play for this great club and give 100% every single game and fight for every ball. Because if you're not like that, the door's there.
Yeah. Exactly.
Anyway, nice new intro, boys.
Sorry, John, on you go.
No, on you go.
I was just going to ask, what did you think of Kuhn? He's definitely too lightweight, isn't he? He gets up brushed off the ball very easily, didn't he?
Well, it looks like Paddy Roberts a bit, but Paddy Roberts had ability. That's all I'll say on that. I just don't. Anything I've seen for that boy Kuhn so far. So far, I'm not saying he's a terrible player. They might come good, but what I've seen so far, I ain't happy with him, Xander.
Aye. And his decision making's terrible as well. You know, the one he actually got by the defender. All he did was try and cross into the box and hit it straight to the first defender, straight to Kilmarnock player.
Aye, anyway, he's a right player. Have a shot at goal, smash it. It could go anywhere, but he hits it right at the player, puts it out for a corner. But I'm not want to get on the boy's back. Look, he's only played I don't know, a few games, sub appearances or whatever. So far, what I've seen, I'm not that impressed. Anyway, Rosemary says, nice new intro, boys. I really liked your new intro, Xander. I think you did a great job with that. That's a good one, mate. I really, really like that.
So I've just been bored and messing about with it, so it'll change again, don't worry about that. It'll change again, but I'm keeping the main tune because I like the tune that you made, John. I like that, so that's there to stay.
Aye. Well, the tune only took 10 minutes today, so.
But talented, yeah, talented.
I play guitar, as you know, Xander. I'm not a drummer or anything like that, but I did all the instruments on it. Drums, guitar, bass, and all that stuff. But,
That's the guitar. It's a guitar I like. I like the guitar in it. It sounds a bit like Brian May guitar play. I like Brian May's obviously guitar play. His style of play. It sounds a wee bit like that. So that's why I like it.
All right. Well, I'm glad you like it, Xander. It was made for your podcast, specially made for it. Anyway, one club since 1888, 2-0 Celtic. Good job, John. I had to do the podcast on my own, of course, yesterday.
Oh, aye, that's right. Aye. It's, you done well, John. Obviously, I was out at up north. I was up north just doing a favour for my old man. He's got a wee house up there. Just doing a wee bit of work for him up there, and then just came back down the road the same night. So I had to stop in at Dundee, and me and the good lady wife got our dinner in the Brewers Fair. So yeah, that was good. That was good. Steak and ale pie, John. Steak and ale.
I like a steak and ale pie. A steak and ale pie is beautiful. I was calling it Brewster's Fair.
Aye, Brewers Fair, same thing, and same thing. But it was good. It was good. That was us on the way back down the road, so it was just a bit too late to get back for the podcast.
Aye, Brewster's Fair. No Brewers Fair. Brewster's Millions. Aye. It's good. I don't know. I've never been in Brewers Fair. Is it any good?
Brilliant. It's quite cheap as well. You get a 3-courser for £20, so it's quite cheap. It's good. Aye. I'd advise or recommend, should I say, that's going for a meal is go to the Brewers Fairs. They're quite good. The food's good as well, and that's the main thing, isn't it?
£20. That's no bad, is it? I thought you were in somewhere fancy.
No, £20, John. £20 for a 3-courser. It was fancy. I got half a shandy as well, so I was happy as a pig in you know what.
Aye. Anyway, Mad About Football says, do you think Big Hart could be player of the season, lads? Aye, because he's rescued us a lot of times and none more so than the day.
He could be player of the season, yeah, but it's many times as he pulled us out a hole by Joe Hart, many times, especially in the last 5 games.
Aye, I know. My player of the season so far is Big William Scales.
Aye, he's been good, but he's also missing his partner, Carter Vickers. I think they two together are absolutely solid. We don't lose many goals when they two are playing. He needs his big partner in beside him, John. What do you think?
Exactly. Aye. Can't disagree with that. It's under. You see the best out of Scales when Carter Vickers is playing, and you see the best out of Carter Vickers when Scales is playing. So, look, our whole defence has been missing. It's just unfortunate. We've been struck by all these injuries and international players, away to Japan and South Korea and all that stuff. So, aye, we have been unlucky with a lot of that stuff, but still should have the players there to beat teams like Kilmarnock and Ross County and all that,
Yeah. St Johnstone, Motherwell. I mean, many points is that Kilmarnock's taken off us this season. They've knocked us at the cup, beat us in the league, and now drum us at Celtic Park. Bogey team.
Aye, well, did they do that against Sevco? Because I don't see the same performance against them.
No, Rangers have beat them every time they played them. No, I think early at the start of the season, I think they got the win, didn't they? Apart from that, they've won every game, Rangers.
Aye, they did beat Rangers at the start of the season, so look, fair play. I'm not going to say anything bad about Kilmarnock. I thought they thoroughly deserved the point today, and I thought they should have won it. I've said it. Anyway, couple of comments to go, Xander. Quickly blast through these before we finish, yeah?
Yeah, go for it, John.
We would never sell our club for £1. Thanks for coming on again. We would never sell our club, always a regular.
Yeah, we would never sell a club, sorry to interrupt, John, and one club since 1888 was there are two that got the competition mystery player correct. Obviously, it went into the draw. The three names went into the draw, and Roseanne won. So unlucky to. We would never sell a club for £1, and one club since 1888. You hit the bar, lads. He's hit the bar, and Roseanne nipped in at the near post and scored. So well done to Roseanne.
Aye, commiserations to the other ones. But look, you never told me who the player was unless I wasn't listening.
Oh, do you know something? I forgot about it. I forgot about it. You don't even know who it is, John, do you?
I haven't got a clue. I thought it was, I says it was Lee Naylor or something like that. I had one guess, but.
Killian Sheridan, John, is the mystery player.
Oh,
Killian
right, Killian Sheridan. I wonder what he's doing now.
We'll get that. We'll get that for Wednesday night. I think he's still quite young, Killian Sheridan, isn't he? So he'll probably be coaching or something. He might even still be playing. I don't know, but I doubt it. I doubt it. Because he's about the same age as Big Stephen McManus, isn't he, Killian Sheridan? So he'll probably be coaching or something.
Aye, be around about that age, wouldn't he? Coaching age. No, but no, still be playing.
No, I don't think he'd be playing. He was back then. I think he was about 18, 19, but that was what 20 years ago, wasn't it? So, he's probably in his mid-30s. So I don't think he'll still be playing.
No, I didn't know. That's obviously I don't know who the players are. I don't know anything, but I have guesses like everybody else. I don't leave them in the comments, but I say to you, is it this one? Is it that one? You just say no. You never tell me. But
I've actually forgot to tell you. I forgot to tell you who it was. Trying to be honest with you, but Killian Sheridan was the mystery player anyway.
Aye, alrighty. Anyway, we would never sell a club. Rodgers has come under a lot of scrutiny and criticism of Celtic's performances lately, and he will be out to prove doubters wrong with a convincing 4-1 victory. Sorry, we would never sell a club, but that certainly didn't happen.
You see, that's the thing, John. Everybody thought that, including myself. I thought we were going to Celtic Park today to witness a 4-5, convincing win. It just didn't work out that way.
Nah.
I never ever looked as though it was going to be that type of game, did it?
It didn't, no. There's no fire in the players' bellies. That's what it looks like to me. There's just no passion. Or was it Kilmarnock that were a good team? Did we give Kilmarnock less credit? We've given them a lot of credit, actually, because I thought they played really well. But look, Kilmarnock have played better than any team that's came to Celtic Park this season now. So, look, all credit to them. So, we'll just do the final comments and call it a day then.
Yeah, go for it, John. Yeah, go for it.
Right, so it's penalty to Rangers, another regular. And thanks for coming on all the time, mate. Always good to see you here.
Yep, cheers, buddy.
And penalty to Rangers says, crucial game tomorrow and a must-win game. But we will be up against 13 men because John Beaton is the whistleblower and brother Willie Collum is behind the screen, And I'm going 4-1 to Celtic and keep McInnes' mouth shut. Well, we'd all have to keep McInnes' mouth shut. But it didn't happen, sadly. And another comment with the 13 men.
Yeah, but I don't think any of that came into play. They did it. Their equaliser went to VAR, didn't it? And it was looked at, but the goal was given, wasn't it? So what did you think of that, John?
I says it was a goal all day. There's no shoveling Burnaby or anything. If there was, it's very soft or weak. Kind of look for excuses like that. To me, it's a good goal. A well-taken goal. Great cross to the back post. And it's just a nice wee finish. There's nothing more I can say about
that. Yeah, and what did you think of the very little injury time that was added? Well, the injuries, Kilmarnock players down in the deck for quite a long time. All the substitutes, and he only adds on 3 minutes.
Aye, well, it's 5 minutes, and they spent 2 at line in the ground, didn't they?
Well, it was 5. It was 5 minutes, John. But the last 2 minutes, the Kilmarnock player was down injured.
Aye.
So he really only added on the 3 of actual injury time, if you know what I mean.
So, I was expecting 7 or 8 minutes at the end of that game.
So was I. It would have given us a bit of time to try and push for that winner, but it wasn't to be. It wasn't to be. Went no excuses, as you say, John. They deserve their point, and we move on to Motherwell on Sunday.
Aye, that's all we can do. Move on to Motherwell. Look, if we lose that game against Motherwell, I think we can forget. That's if Rangers win both their games. Rangers win both their games and we lose to Motherwell or drop points to Motherwell. It's a long climb back. I think we can forget it, Xander.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a must win every game. That's the bottom line. Every single game, including both Glasgow derbies, John. That's the bottom line. Win every game, we win the league.
Aye. When I say we can forget it, it's an uphill battle, isn't it? The way the team's playing right now, I don't know. If we go to Innes to come back for being behind in the league, do you think? I can't see it, Xander. If that team falls behind in the league, I think they'll just get worse and worse. Slippery slope. I think it's a downward spiral. It looks like to me, and I just hope and pray that I'm wrong. And it was just Kilmarnock were a really good team today.
No, I don't think that's the case, John. I don't think it was it today. Kilmarnock been a really good team. Obviously, they've done their usual, defended well in the first half, keep the score down. But then Celtic, as soon as Celtic went ahead, John, they sort of stopped. That's what the strange thing was about it. Passing the ball back the way back to Joe Hart, all the way for attack, all the way back to defence. Like a few times that happened. You know, there was just no urgency for Celtic today. Kilmarnock are a decent team, don't get me wrong, but there was no urgency for Celtic today, I thought.
No shape either, Xander.
No,
no shape.
No.
Yeah, is it hard to tell what formation Celtic are playing because there's big gaps over the park, especially in the defensive areas, which is worrying, very, very worrying. But that's a sign that it's a team that's not playing with a regular defence.
Yeah. Totally agree, John. It's just vast improvements needed, and they're needed very, very quickly. That's the bottom line, isn't it? There's no other way you can look at this. We just need to improve very quickly, and we need to improve in every department.
Every single department, but especially the defence under. I don't think the makeshift defence is filling the forward players with a lot of confidence.
I mean, you talk about the forward players, and we did okay in the first half, but as soon as the subs were made, John, I saw a different Celtic. I saw a weaker Celtic. I saw Yang very weak, Kuhn very weak. Bernabei didn't have Bernardo didn't have very many touches when he came on either.
He scored, didn't he?
Bernabei, one over the bar, wasn't it?
When I say nearly scored, it was about a yard over the bar, but he had a nice wee touch. He moved it to the side, created a wee bit of space to himself. Unlucky, it was maybe a foot or two over the bar, but he was unlucky there, I thought.
Yeah, well, what I mean is, if we don't have a strong bench, I don't think.
No, look, what we need is Hatate back, Carter Vickers back, Alistair Johnson back, and Greg Taylor back to full fitness. That's what we need. And we need Mattarelli to start getting his act together, and Callum McGregor. But I don't think they're filled with confidence with their backlines under. I think that could be the problem.
Yeah, there's problems all over the team, John. There's problems everywhere. All right, we'll wrap it up there, John. We'll wrap it up. Just to quickly mention the promotion one more time, or the competition. I keep calling it a promotion. It's a competition. What minute will the first goal be scored against Motherwell on Sunday? Whether it's Celtic, whether it's Motherwell, we're looking for the minute and the seconds. 5 guesses each. Leave your guesses in the comment section, and the winner will be announced after the Motherwell game on Sunday. All right, John, we'll wrap it up there. Congratulations to Roseanne. Thank you, everybody, for watching and listening to the podcast. Keep your comments coming in. Hit that like button as well. And that just about wraps up for me. Anything for you, John, before we go?
No, I could say keep the faith, but I've not got that much faith myself.
Okay, John. All right, we'll catch you all midweek, folks. Thanks for listening. See you later. Hail, hail.
See you later, guys.